We have identified and proven several hypotheses at this point, so they have become fact. As we charge down the logic tree, the first root level cause we encounter will be the physical roots. Remember that physical roots are the first perceptible consequences after a decision error has been made. Can we ask why yet? Why did the hypothesis occur? No, sorry, not yet. To move from the hypothesis to the physical roots, we again ask how could? How could the hypothesis have occurred? Here's an example from your text. How could the hardware malfunction causing a computer malfunction cause the printer not to print? In our case here, system board failure is a physical root cause, an example of a physical root cause. That is a tangible, observable component that can be physically tested, and tested it must be. All physical roots identified must be verified for accuracy and validity. So physical roots will almost always be triggered by human roots as we move to the next level in our logic tree. Human root causes, otherwise known as decision errors, omission or commission. Be specific in what the human roots are. Moving from physical roots to the human roots, finally, we ask the question, why? Finally, we get to ask why this thing happened, or more precisely, why did the physical root occur? In the example from our text, we ask, why did the system board fail? That was, remember, the physical root. Our answer, the operator purchased a poor quality board. Let me take a moment at this point and talk again about the difference between a witch hunt and a root cause investigation. The person at the sharp end of the accident, the one who made the last mistake that caused the accident, is almost always the victim of his or her own circumstances. And as such, we can reasonably assume that the person made the decision that they made the best way they could, given the information they had at the time. So during the investigation, unless it is proven otherwise, we should always assume that the pilot or the operator or the human who erred was conscientious and trying to do the work in the best way that they could. With that in mind, once we identify the human root cause, we must go further. We cannot stop the RCA process here, because the root cause cannot be that the human didn't do it right, because if one good, conscientious human didn't do it right and got hurt, then another good, conscientious person very well may have the same problem. So root cause is about getting to that cause that, if corrected, would prevent future occurrences. And that is not identifying and firing the person that messed up. So stopping at human error does not accomplish that goal. As such, we must proceed to latent root causes, where once again we ask the question, why? Why did the person do what they did? People make decisions within the construct of organizational systems. Those systems are designed to facilitate the human operation, and when those systems are flawed, humans within the system may make errors. It is the system design failures that may lie dormant and only become evident when they combine with other factors and result in a mishap. These are latent roots, and if corrected, the latent roots can prevent same or similar mishaps in the future. So here's the example from our text as we continue to move down that we've been drilling through. Why did the person purchase a poor quality board? So remember our physical root, we had an individual physical root, system board failure. The why did the system board fail? Well, because the person purchased a poor quality board. Why did the person purchase a poor quality board? Well, here are a couple of reasons from our text. Because there was no list of qualified vendors. Why was a poor quality board purchased? Because there were inadequate specs. Why was a poor quality board purchased? Because perhaps there was a flawed incentive program that didn't motivate him to purchase a quality board in the first place. Organization. Fix those things, the latent organizational system deficiencies, that is the only way, in fact, to prevent reoccurrence again in the future of the same or similar instance. So here's a summary of the questions we use to lead us down the logic tree. It's pretty simple, actually. For the first 5 levels, we ask, how could the previous level happen? That's how it is like a logic diagram. We use that guiding question to lead us down through the logic tree. From the event, how could the event occur, to the mode, how could the mode have occurred? We hypothesize and prove the hypothesis, and then how could the hypothesis have occurred? Well, that leads us to the physical roots. And now, after we start with the facts in levels 1 and 2, and then level 3 and remaining, we always verify our assumptions with evidence to prove the assumptions factual or false. And then starting at the human root level, level 6 and on to 7, we change the question, and now we ask why. Why did the previous level happen? So now we have worked all the way down from the top event that occurred through all levels in a closely tied cause and effect chain to identify latent roots causes, those dormant root failures within a system just waiting for the opportunity to strike and to lead to a mishap. It is great to identify these roots, but it is for naught if we do not fix the issue and communicate the results. Share the information so that everyone can participate in the lessons learned so that they are all safer and more efficient in the future. That's what we will get into in Unit 3. First, though, we will spend a little bit more time in Unit 2 talking about classification systems. We'll see you there.